Hey guys, I'm back here with another Town Hall 8 video from my Diesel account, and I'm hoping to bring a little bit of Town Hall 10 content sometime in the near future. Just a slight heads up, it'll probably include a few fails. I actually have a lot of notes for today, so let's get back to that topic at hand. So today's video is actually about tweaking your war attack just to get that 3-star success. So one thing that we want to look at with this, especially when we see a failed attack, is whether that is due to bad luck, poor execution, in any area, or whether it was just the plain wrong sort of attack for that base. So what we're going to be looking at in this video is more around those first two, with a bit of luck and execution. So here at PB's Punishers, which is the clan I am a part of with both my accounts, we are currently in a war. And fortunately for me, we had a situation where I was able to pick up a triple on their number 8. Let's just go in here at the moment. Fire King, so there it is. Just by tweaking the execution and just a slight composition of the spells, with the strategy that the initial attacker, Cornholio, went in on with his fresh hit. So let's dive in here and have a look at the base. So I'm just going to go through the war events. We are looking here. Awesome. Alright, so let's have a quick look at this base. Let's look at his troop composition. He's running basically the composition that I was talking about, a slight difference in the last video, which is that cold-blooded hobo at Town Hall 8. So he's running 1 golem. He has, in his CC, he has 4 bowlers. He's running 18 hogs, and obviously you can see through the rest of that composition there. So looking at this base, first thing you see is you've got 3 air defences in the middle, protecting that whole centre of the base. So he's tried to set it up in some odd way at a Town Hall 8 as an anti-3. And he's got this air sweeper here pointed right up at that sort of 1 to 2 o'clock, almost at 12 to 3, which it covers, which means if you're going to attack with air, you're going to be coming in from opposite that, most likely. And that's kind of his aim. But there's a lot of stuff around here. If you can see all these things to draw you out, around and away from that course. So it's definitely the sort of base where that cold-blooded hobo is gonna excel, or any ground-based attack is definitely looking like your friend, especially hogs with all these compartmentalized defenses. So let's have a quick look, see what we've got. So what we're going to have is we'll dive in on this attack and we'll just see how it goes. And what you're going to see is minions drop at 12 o'clock and some wizards at around 3 o'clock for that funnel. And so we'll just get in there now. So these will come in. And then following that, as these things start to come away, you'll also see he's going to enter in around here with golems and giants, or a golem and some giants. And he's going to wall break in. So let's pop that one in there, and what you can see here is he's managed to break in. He's got his wizards backing up and the Barb King, and that's gone pretty well on timing, but he's a bit late. He's dropped 2 poisons for the CC, which is good, and he's just letting his wizards take care of that. The bowler drop, you'll see, was a bit late, and there wasn't enough of a funnel created, so the bowlers have started to walk around this outside, which is going to pick him up percentage, but it really means that that push through the core that he was hoping for isn't going to happen, so he's not able to take out the defences as much as he wants. So this first lot of hogs has come in, and he's running 3 heals. So you see the first heal come down here just to take care of all that splash damage and those skellies. And then the rest of the hogs are coming in down from the south side. Unfortunately, the king is still up. So he's just going to start to wreak havoc on these hogs while everything else is still filtering around that outside. With this many point defenses left, it's just the hogs are having a hard time, and that king is just destroying them. So despite the fact he has some bowlers walking through, there's just not enough to tank for them and too much point defense. So we're just going to fast forward through the rest of this. He's just dropping a few archers for cleanup here. And really, I mean, it's a solid percentage. We're looking at around that 85% mark, and a whole lot of information, including that giant bomb and splash damage through here and the skelly spells. So if we go back to that war map, I'm going to come through here and we'll just have a look at Diesel's replay. So what we ended up with here, sorry, it's winter, or coming into winter, and it's very cold. So what we're looking at here is I'm using essentially the same troop composition, but what I've done is I've dropped one of the heals for a rage spell, and what I want to do with that rage is basically come through this core here and rage up my kill squad, and to do as much damage as possible. So you can already see I've tweaked slightly on the first deployment, and what I've done is I've added a bit of extra firepower with a wizard to really work on creating that funnel. And I'm going to drop 2 more wizards down here at 3 o'clock, and we'll get that stuff going. I've let the golem and giant, once they drop, bang on the wall a couple of times, and I dropped 2 wall breakers just to give me a few extra spares. The goal was to push into that core a bit easier by saving a couple of extras until that splash damage was already occupied. So that funnel's nice and wide at the moment, and so the CC and the Barb King all drop down, and the only place they're going to go is in the centre. I was a bit late on those poisons, but there are enough troops in the middle there, and they're raged up to do the damage. Only problem was it really meant that my golem took a lot more damage than he should have, and what I've done is I've dropped a heal on that kill squad as well to keep them alive. It gives me 1 less heal for my hogs, but the amount of damage and value that I'm getting from that kill squad was just way too much to pass up. So as you can see, the first I have a couple of giants left here that I've managed to put in, and they're going to do some tanking for my hogs. At least that was the intention, and that is where my hog deployment will start. It will be starting in around the 10 o'clock, and I'm actually going to be using this entire half of the base. Before I've even dropped a hog, you can see there's a third of the base is gone already, including a lot more defense than the previous attack. So just a few hogs to start. Extra couple of giants there so that I can triple the hogs around that side. And while the BK is still alive, you can see that he's being tanked by the giants, which is giving my hogs plenty of time. And that bowler, hero bowler in the middle there, taking advantage of that heal. So now these hogs, they took my last heal, and I was really lucky that I had a couple of hogs go in and trigger that giant bomb by themselves. Just going to zoom out for a little bit here, and at this point everything is wrecked. Defenses are down. Even though that king's up, he's now just being absolutely massacred by hogs, and we're basically into the cleanup, where I still had about 3 wizards that I got to drop to that south side and start to push through here. So we'll just fast forward the cleanup, and you see, take away the triple. The only reason that I could take away the triple on that was because of that scout. Essentially, that first hit got me enough information that any tweaks that needed to be made could be made, and we could really get something productive out of that. The key points to take away from this, really, at any town hall level, is base identification. I mean, what are you doing? What are you trying to do? Is it going to be a ground attack? Is it going to be an air attack? If you're a cleanup attacker, if you're following up and you're not the fresh hit, you need to watch those previous hits. Were they the right idea? Were they, if they did air, did you need to stay at air? Or do you need to completely shift gears because they just picked it wrong? You need to pay attention to the clan castle troops, the traps, where those heroes are, and any other little key points like troll Teslas that are going to really mess up the pathing on your troops. So hopefully this video has been at least somewhat helpful for you. I'm looking forward to bringing a lot more content, especially at the Town Hall 10 level, but I'll definitely be filtering in that Town Hall 8 level for those of you that are sort of starting to push your way through into getting into that Town Hall 9 and then Town Hall 10 and moving up. So yeah, until then, have fun, keep clashing, and I'll catch you next time.